When my husband insulted me as an idiot in French for the 9th time in front of me while talking to his mistress, I suddenly felt this marriage was meaningless, so I accepted the invitation from an American company and booked a flight to New York City. The day after getting my visa, I slipped the divorce agreement into my resignation paperwork and handed it to him. As the CEO, he was about to look it over carefully, but his mistress said her stomach hurt. He casually signed it and left with her in his arms, and I didn't look back either. Later, across the ocean under the New York City skyline, the young man cried with red eyes but could never find his former lover again. "Ms. Brown, our group welcomes your addition," Sofia Garcia said joyfully after receiving my definite reply from across the ocean. "When do you plan to start?" I thought for a moment before answering. "I'll be there in 2 weeks." After hanging up, I noticed Liam Johnson standing behind me with a frown. "Where are you going?" I glanced at him indifferently. "Abroad." Liam scoffed coldly. "Don't be so dramatic. Just because it was our 5th wedding anniversary yesterday and I took Emma with me, you're threatening to go abroad?" I didn't explain further. He didn't know I understood the French conversation between him and Emma at the French restaurant where he freely vented his dissatisfaction with me over the past 5 years, calling me an utterly stupid idiot. Besides work, doing laundry, and cooking, she and I have no common topics to discuss. When I talk about life's joys, she just rambles about the company's performance. She has no romance at all. Marrying her is no different than hiring a maid. I really regret marrying her back then. Emma laughed in agreement, jokingly asking, "If I hadn't gone abroad back then, would you have chosen me instead, Liam?" Liam sincerely and firmly replied, "Definitely. In the past, I would have made a scene, but this time I was surprisingly calm." After finishing the last bite of steak with the waiter's pitying gaze, I stood up to leave. "You two enjoy your chat. I'll head home first." Emma pretended to stop me. "Charlotte, Liam and I were just discussing work. Don't overthink it." I ignored her and kept walking out, only to hear Liam's enraged voice. "Don't mind her, she's just neurotic." The only person who caught up to me was the waiter from the restaurant. He looked at me, hesitating to speak. "Ma'am, I think there's something I should tell you." I smiled at him. "Thank you, but I understood everything." I vaguely remember the kind waiter's final pitying and mournful gaze towards me. It was quite tragic. So this marriage had to end. After Liam lectured me and saw I had no reaction, he lost steam and changed the subject. "Emma plans to join our company. I'm going to have her replace your position. After all, she was a highly regarded study abroad graduate, more capable than you. If you still want to work, you can be Emma's secretary and assist her. Otherwise, just be a full-time housewife at home." He spoke while observing my expression. Originally planning to resign, I inwardly rejoiced at his words. A pillowcase was indeed offered while I pondered how to explain leaving. Without hesitation, I agreed. "Okay, I'll resign and let her be the CEO." Thinking I was speaking angrily and contradicting, Liam casually reassured me. "Not letting you work is for your own good. How many women envy that lifestyle? I'll take you on a trip soon to relax." I shook my head to decline. "If you really cared, you'd accompany me to the orphanage to see the director this week." Liam agreed. "Okay, it's been a while since I last saw the director too." Liam and I grew up in the same orphanage. Girls mature faster than boys, so whenever anyone bullied him, I would shield him. Back then, Liam would blink his bright eyes at me and say, "When we grow up, I'll protect you instead, Mimi. I'll treat you well forever." Unfortunately, forever is too long, and casual promises are too light. Liam didn't keep his word. In college, he changed. The dazzling city blinded him, and he fell for Emma, the French department's goddess. From the moment Liam specifically chose French classes for her, I should have realized. But Emma, with her eye-catching presence, didn't take a liking to Liam at first, and instead went abroad with a rich heir. Until now, with Liam's success and fortune, my once brilliant rose has utterly wilted, highlighting Emma's noble beauty. The next day, I went to the office to collect my things. Along the way, employees looked at me with various expressions. Sometime close colleagues approached me quietly. "Sister Jiang, the CEO brought this woman to your office early and had people move your things out right away. What's going on?" I nodded to show I understood and patted her hand reassuringly. Entering the office, I saw my belongings had been cleared out, with my wedding photo with Liam in the trash. Emma gloated at me. "Sorry, Sister Jiang. Liam insisted on moving quickly, so people came to clean out first thing this morning." She lowered her head, feigning surprise at the photo in the trash. "Oh, who carelessly tossed your wedding photo with Liam?" She picked it up and handed it to me. I took it, removed the photo from the frame, and ripped it to shreds. No need to pick up soiled things. From behind came Liam's shocked cry. "Jiang, what are you doing? How could you tear up this photo?" He rushed over to gather the torn pieces, trying to reassemble them. But broken things can never fully return to their original state, just like the feelings between Liam and me. I used to cherish that photo deeply. When we first married, while Liam's business was just starting, we were poor. After buying our wedding rings with no money left over, I told him, "We don't have to take wedding photos, we can make it up later." But Liam said, "I don't want you to feel shortchanged by marrying me." To afford that set of portraits, he pulled all-nighters for 10 days doing odd jobs. Thinking back, that photo set didn't actually cost much, just over $1,000, less than one of Liam's ties now. Yet it was that photo set that made me marry him regardless, despite knowing about his brief change of heart. But facts prove that once cracks appear, it's best to let go early. Ignoring Liam's hysterics, I casually took out an agreement. Here are my resignation papers. Sign them. Seeing my calm indifference from last night until now, a rare flicker of anxiety crossed Liam's face. He took the paperwork and glanced through it. If you don't want to resign, we can discuss it. I'll arrange another position for Emma. Panicking that her opportunity might slip away, Emma clung to Liam's sleeve, whining, "Liam." Unusually, Liam ignored Emma and looked at me expectantly. I smiled thinly, still calm and aloof. No need. I've done enough with this job over the years. Liam clenched his teeth, determination building inside as he slammed the table. Fine, if that's what you say. Don't regret it. He flipped open the agreement to read it carefully, but before he could, Emma covered her stomach, crying, "Liam, my stomach hurts. Quickly sign this and take me to the hospital." Liam hurriedly scribbled his signature and rushed out with Emma in his arms. I looked at the resignation papers on the desk and finally felt relieved. Tucked inside was the divorce agreement. From the moment he signed, he became a stranger to me. I went home, systematically sorted out my belongings, taking what I could and discarding anything connected to him and this house. I deleted every trace of our life together. The 1,000 origami stars he folded for me at 13, the love letters from 18, the gold ring he spent everything on for our proposal. Without love, these once-cherished treasures now seemed so cheap. Liam returned around 8 p.m., looking travel-worn. Seeing the place visibly emptier, he frowned and noticed my packed luggage. "What are you doing?" I casually made an excuse. "Too much clutter at home, so I'm cleaning it out." He opened the closet skeptically. Upon seeing only his clothes, "Where are your clothes?" I smiled. "You told me to be a housewife, didn't you?" "My clothes are old, so I'm throwing them out to buy new ones." Liam scoffed coldly. "Well, you certainly don't mind spending my money, but go ahead and shop. Oh, I've cleared my schedule to go to the orphanage with you tomorrow." I agreed. Okay. After growing up together for our final parting, I still wanted to bid him a dignified farewell.